Hey y'all, what's up? Really quick, I've been sharing some information in regards to the traditional sanitary napkins that we have been using, and I'm bringing here a demonstration to just break down and show you what's been going on in our sanitary napkins. The way the drug administrations are set up, they don't have to list the ingredients in these traditional sanitary napkins that we have been using for years. If you knew what was in your pad, you probably would be alarmed and wouldn't want to use it. But because we don't have very many options, we just use what's available to us. I'm bringing to you this Jewel sanitary napkin. The first thing I want to point out is how thin it is compared to this 9-hour always sanitary napkin. This sanitary napkin is completely sealed. That's another thing I want to point out. The traditional sanitary napkins has little airway slits in it, but if it's a sanitary napkin, trash, coins, crumbs, or whatever is in our purse shouldn't be able to get in this. So I'm just going to give you a demonstration and break down and speak as I go to show you what's going on in these sanitary napkins. Now this is a heavy flow sanitary napkin with Jewel premium sanitary napkins. As I said before, you can compare and see how thin it is. It's soft, it's made of cotton, to where this one here is a bit bulky and rough to the skin. Now, gynecologists have said that we secrete 15 to 50 milliliters of cycle flow during our monthly cycles. And so I'm just going to simulate here both of these pads with 50 milliliters of fluid to just demonstrate really quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching with daughters, girlfriends, wives, to show what women have been suffering from. This is dye. Just imagine if this was the color that it normally is, just to show that that is in fact 50 milliliters, just to give you a visual of this. Now these traditional sanitary napkins have been made up of a list of ingredients, ladies, that have been causing us a lot of issues within our female organs and reproductive system. These sanitary napkins are actually made up of recycled trash. And if you ever look on the back of these sanitary napkins, they don't have to list the ingredients on them, as I said before, because if you knew what was in them, you probably wouldn't want to use them. And that's a result of a lot of women wearing sanitary napkins because we don't want to sit in this discomfort throughout our cycles. I'm going to break down and show you that these pads and what they're made up of are nothing but recycled trash. That's old wood chip fibers, newspapers, your household garbage. They go to these landfills, they sort through them out, they pick through them, they pick out the recycled trash, they send it through a process and bleach it. So that's where this white color comes from. This bottom layer is actually plastic, like a trash bag. And then the blue absorbency system on the middle, that's actually dye. So you have a combination of dye, recycled trash, and plastic, which creates a breathing ground for bacteria. Now ladies, when we wear tampons and we plug tampons during our cycles, we're actually plugging and pushing bacteria back into our bodies because, again, the ingredients that are in these sanitary napkins are creating bacteria. Blood is to release and get the bacteria out, and you're plugging that back in. So when you get the bacteria infections, the yeast infections, the cervical cancers, the cysts, the fibroids, the heavy bleeding, it's all a result of what's in this sanitary napkin. Now, doctors say that we secrete 15 to 50 milliliters. That's up to 50 milliliters. So if you're going past 50 milliliters or even at 50 milliliters, that's an indication that you may be hemorrhaging and you need to see your gynecologist. But It's all a result in what's in these sanitary napkins. Tampons, on the back of tampons, it tell you the risk that if you use them, it could cause toxic shock syndrome. Do your research on toxic shock syndrome. It can actually kill you. Now, just a bit of information on what's going on with this sanitary napkin. Here, I'm bringing a solution, because that's your next question. Well, what are we going to use if that pad have all of that going on? Well, this Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin here is one of the best pads in the world that you will find, and the benefits in it, ladies, are a game changer. Now, this first layer here is made of 100% cotton. The bottom layer is a biodegradable ingredient, which is safe for the environment. And right here on the side, we have these leak guard protections to help with that extra heavy flow in the wings here. This strip here in the center, which I'm going to get into soon, is called graphene. Do your research on graphene. That's Graphene. Graphene is an atom that kills 99.9% bacteria. And because our bodies are made up of electricity, we need this benefit in here, ladies. Killing all the bacteria, the odors, the smells, the heavy bleeding, the cramps, the PMS, all of the things that we go through when we're on our cycles, ladies. There's so much benefits in this. If you don't get cycles because you're on birth control, or whatever the case may be, we have these pads in different settings according to your flow, including panty liners. So just daily use of these panty liners, ladies, you can get the benefits of this graphene, which helps relieve stress, controls inflammation, as I said before, odors, improving your menstrual flow, reducing the number of days that you actually have your cycles, as well as it's comfortable, no itching or discomfort. Now for this next part of the demonstration, I'm going to just say this, ladies. When we're on our cycles and we're sitting on these pads, we resort to tampons because we want to feel dry and comfortable. We don't want to sit in our menstrual flow. So we resort to tampons, which we know are not good, but we don't want to sit in that. So we have to do what we feel we have to do. But one thing about this Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin that stood out to me is the fact that I forgot I was on my cycle because I was completely dry. There was absolutely no smell, no cramps. All of the things that I go through when I'm on my cycle, I didn't experience. So I'm just going to place both of these napkins, of which I put 50 milliliters on each one. And I'm going to press down and show you what we experience when we're on these pads. Now, you see that, and doesn't look very good, right? Imagine if that was the color that we know that it is. That would be very discomfortable. So the thing that I said that stood out to me is that I was completely dry on this sanitary napkin, and I'm putting as much pressure as I can, and not a drop of water is seeping through. One of the key ingredients in this sanitary napkin is polymer. The same thing that they put in natural baby diapers that just absorbs and absorbs and absorbs liquid, keeping you dry. This, ladies, is a game changer because I no longer have to wear tampons that I know are harmful to me. I don't have odors, there are no smells. It elevates your mood, and the benefit of this graphene, ladies, which is this strip right here, is infused in each and every one of our sanitary napkins. The active ingredients in this sanitary napkin actually will light a light bulb, and that is just to show that the ingredients in this graphene is in fact active. So I'm just gonna place this here. When your cycle flows in wet, the graphene, it actually activates it. And that's what it causes it to do. Do your research on graphene and you'll understand why this is a game changer. You're getting all of these benefits in your bodies, ladies, when you wear these sanitary napkins. No other sanitary napkin in the world have this technology. So really quickly, I'm going to break down here and just show you what's in these sanitary napkins. This first layer is just a combination of plastic and paper. You can't see it because I've put this green dye just to give you a visual, but there's the blue dye that I was telling you about, the absorbency system. There's the blue dye. This is the paper that's coming off. Here's their absorbency system. It's just paper. It's just trash. So I'm going to put this in this water just to see just how much more that it absorbed. And then there's that bottom layer of plastic that I was telling you about. If you hear that, that's plastic, and that's what creates that breathing ground for bacterial infections to arise, ladies, causing you all of those issues. Now with our Jewel Premium Sanitary Napkin, I'm just going to show you, I wish you could feel how soft this top layer is, but that first layer is 100% cotton. You can see it already. I haven't even pulled it all up yet. But if you look at that, you see those holes? That's cotton. It's soft. That creates ventilation for your flow. And then there's that graphene technology that's infused in each and every one of our pads, getting you all those benefits of that active ingredient. And then there's our polymer. Like I said, it's like a gel, the same thing they put in natural baby diapers. So I'm going to put that there, and we're going to see just how much more that absorbs. And now this bottom layer here is air-laid paper with another layer of cotton. You can see the holes in it once again to create ventilation. That's cotton. And then our bottom layer here, if you can get close, these 4 lines here is where that ventilation flow, so that the graphene can do its job in keeping that bacteria. You're not sitting in a plastic bag. Plastic will not easily rip like that. So ladies, that wraps up this demonstration. For time's sake, inbox me for any more questions, and I will talk to you soon. So coming back over here to our absorbency systems here really quick, I just want to show you the difference in our absorbency system. This is the recycled trash that is just sitting there, and this is our polymer here that have absorbed all the liquid here. We can't get a drop of water because, like I said, it's the same thing they put in natural baby diapers, which just keeps absorbing and absorbing. And as I said before, according to your flow, we have our overnight super heavy, our heavy flow, our moderate flow, and our panty liners. And they're all very thin and discreet, ladies. So you're not sitting in a baby diaper. That's my time. Thank you.